Hello there, Calvin Jones here, Park Tool Company. We're going to have a look at some Trailside mountain bike flat tire repair. Before we get into the tire, tube, patching, all the rest of that, let's begin with some basics. Number one, let's get our bike out of the trail. The trail is not our repair stand, so let's find a nice tidy place to put our bike out of the way. We have a tire, it's quite soft, it's losing air. It's not a blowout, there's still some air in it. So we're going to need to take out the inner tube and do some further inspection. Before that, let's give it a quick look over for obvious signs of thorns and such. Does not appear to be anything obvious. Little white mark there, no problem there. So nothing we can really see on the outside. So let's proceed to go to the inside. We let the remaining air out, either a shredder or a press to style, depress the plunger. We want all of that air all the way out. We're going to displace the bead, push the bead away from the rim, one side, then the other side. And now we'll use a tire lever. Lots of different choices. Here we have the MTB3, contains some tools, and of course tire levers, in this case built in to the casing of the body here. The body of the tool has tire lever right there. 2 spoons to act as our tire lever. Chain tool, we're not going to need that right now. So let's engage one tool, leave it there. Let's go over just a couple inches. We're going to disengage number 2 here. And let's go a little bit further there, peel that up, that's nice. Then we're able to slide. The tension for the bead is gone once you get a few inches off. So we're going to pull out the inner tube. Eventually we're going to pull the tire off. But let's make note. Here's the valve core. Let's leave our tire on. It may be useful to know where the hole is here. We can isolate closer to where the problem is in the tire. And when an inner tube is this low, we are simply not going to be able to tell where the hole is, so we need to get some air in it. This is one advantage of the small hand pumps over the air cartridges. The air cartridges are very convenient, inflates very quickly, but to test and put a little bit of air in to find where our hole is, not quite so useful. So we're going to pump it up, and as we pump up the volume, we want it perhaps twice as large if we can get it that size than its normal width. So we're about the same width, and I think we can. You tap that, you're getting some pinging sound, telling us we're starting to get some tension. That's going to make those little bitty holes show up. So from here, we actually want to use our ear or our lips, the sensitive skin, to try and find a hole. So we'll give that a go. I can feel something on my cheek, and I hear it. We do have a small hole somewhere here. Appears to be in this area here. A little bit of spit, some bubbles. Yes, there it is. Teeny little hole right near the valve. We did remember to bring our new inner tube. We do not want to put that in just yet. It's entirely possible whatever caused our hole is still in our tire, so we need to give this more of an inspection. And if we recall, here is the valve hole, and we had something in this area here. So I'm going to feel inside, see if I can find anything. And also we're going to look outside in this area here. Ouch. And I'm going to take this off right there so we can see this piece of thorn here. Definitely an issue. We should put a new inner tube inside. We'll be doing this repair here in just a few minutes. So hopefully we can see that on the GoPro. Let's have a look on the outside. Well, there it is too on the outside. So this piece we need to pull out as best we can. We need to ensure that it is removed. It's best actually to pull these from the outside. So in this case, sometimes a small wrench. In this case, a knife. We do happen to have one here. I'm going to try and pluck at this from the outside. If we simply break it off and leave it inside, it can keep working its way through. So let's see if we can coax it on out like a bad splinter. Here it comes. A little more. Yes, very good. There it is. We're going to discuss patching in the forest, the green forest here. This can also be done on the roadside. It can be done in the city, but it is best done at home where you have good lighting, time and patience, not a lot of dirt. So we're going to go ahead and proceed. In the worst case scenario, having to patch. But again, installing a new inner tube, that is the preferred method for getting us moving again. We've located the hole. We don't have a marker here, so I've kept my thumb on it. So that spot right there, it's kind of lucky I'm near the valve. The tube looks a lot alike, so you don't want to lose that spot. That's a very tiny hole, very difficult to mark out here in the woods. The GP2 consists of a stash of patches, pre-glued patches, and a little bit of paper here, a little abrasive paper. And we'll use a little of this to help clean. If you're right near a mold seam, this line here is from the mold where they molded the inner tube. We're going to try and level that out some, where the patch may go. Here's another slight mold here, mold seam. What the scraping also can do is clean. We're cleaning by scraping. That's its primary purpose here, to help the bond by cleaning. So greasy fingers not good to be touching here. This is another nice little thing to carry with you, just an alcohol swab. A little bit of swab action here. It's gonna clean off that area very, very nicely. So we could just see the hole. Now we're ready for our patch. And we'll take one patch. So there it is there again. Don't lose sight of that. You want to lay this down right over it. The inner tube, notice the inner tube is not hugely inflated. It's not hugely deflated, and that actually helps. How this works, it applies pressure to the inner tube, but this is really held on by pressure against the casing, against the inside of the tire. So let's apply this here. Peel off by the edges. Very good. Avoid touching the center. There's our hole there. Lay it over and down. And I'm going to put some pressure on that just for a little bit. Now, we're not going to attest by overinflation, which is something people do on vulcanizing patches. If this were to be overinflated now, without the benefit of the tire, you're going to simply be stretching and breaking the bond here. So that's simply done. That's done. We're over the hole. Have a little bubble there. Let's work that bubble out. A little thumbnail action there, and make sure it looks fully down and flat. There we are. Now we're ready to install inside, put it on the rim, and inflate. With our new inner tube installed that we've brought as a spare, hopefully, or our repaired inner tube put back, our tire is checked inside, rim strip is checked, all looks good. We're now going to put this on. Of course, now it's good to have a peek. The tube is fully inside. We inspect both sides all the way around. With our inner tube sticking out here, we apply pressure. We would be rewarded with a loud explosion. This is now when we would install our air cartridge, use the cartridges, or our case, pumping. Upon completion, we have a good tire. Flip the lever, off it comes. Close the valve, and now we're ready to go.